pretty much, gonna talk about how I made the beat to my new song called Easy and stuff like that. I actually made this song remotely quick. I made it like the idea came in a day, and the next 2 days I recorded the lyrics and mixed it, and think about say 3 days. Not exactly 3 days in hours, but just like if you put in hours, I probably made this in like 5 hours. Come up with the idea in an hour, then recorded, which was another hour. Then mixed it, which took like 2 to 3 hours, making little fixes and whatnot. But here we go, man. Mad Lion. It started with this sample coming from a hip hop record called Easy. And they sampled it from another person. But I did 2 samples that actually meshed together. Actually, 3 samples, really, that meshed together. First, it comes from this song called Take It Easy. These piano keys, I'll do that first, which is like mad dark, but it kind of like a reggae feel or dancehall feel. Kind of gives it that dancehall vibe and shit like that. At least from like 90s dancehall and shit like that. That grimy, dark shit. You know what I mean? The shit that I love. I am Jamaican, so I listen to dancehall every now and then and whatnot. But yeah, it's pretty much it's not a main instrument because it's more it's more on the turned down. I didn't want it to take over the song like that. So it was just really turned down low. Then I had this saxophone instrument, and this is like completely from a different record. I don't know exactly where the sample came from, but it's completely from a different record, So I just used that saxophone. That was like when I was making this beat. That's the first sound that came with, and then like the other piano sample just came afterwards. So I was just looking something to add extra. Initially I was like playing instruments. I didn't really like how it sounded, and I just found this. Remember, I actually had this sample for a long time, and I was just like, yo, let me actually try to see. At first, it did not mesh. It did not it was not on key. I had to do some things to make it on key, and then it came together. And then during the hook is it's from some reggae artist. I don't remember his name. Do I say it? His name is Yami Bolo. I don't remember the song though. Yeah, it's like probably a reggae song from the '90s, and his shit part. I'll play it by itself. Now, when you put like the instruments together, now like by itself, obviously it's not gonna sound of anything. But you put all the instruments together with that sample, it's kind of dope as hell. Now I'm gonna go into the drums real quick. I got like a standard kick, standard snare. Kick is nothing crazy. Usually, like I'm very picky with my kick drums or like drums, and I think drums is like one of the most important things when making a beat. So I put I always I'm very picky with my kicks and snares, and the snares like little hyped up pattern and shit. it's a little it's a little hype to it, a little bounce to it, and then to make it more bouncy, I added hi hat and shit like that. It's typical hi hat. It has a little stable pace, and then it picks up like the second, like in the first half of the bar is stable pace, but it's kind of quick, and then it really speeds up at the end. That's how like a lot of hi hats are now in modern music. But like together, this gives it this nice bounce. But now, oh yeah, then I had this 808 bass that comes in like every bar, like once, like it's a 4 bar loop, so once every bar, and then then it just comes back to the beginning note, so pretty much it's 4 notes. This is really simple. This is literally just 4 notes. You know what I mean? Because the sample already has a little bass line, but it didn't really have a low end bass line, so I put the low end bass line just to give it that extra bounce, to give it I guess a clubby feel, a punchy feel. But now with the instruments together, definitely makes a difference. I'm gonna play it real quick. Gives it a little vibe, it's kind of spaced out. It's crazy that, these are literally like all different samples, Sometimes that don't work well. If you just like grab random samples and put them together, unless you just know what you're doing. You gotta like really be like in the studio like day and night to come up with like shit on that type of level. You understand? But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I'm gonna play like all together with the drums, so you get that vibe, I found these little chops from like Barrington Levy. He's like a huge like old school reggae artist. And yeah, I think they all are literally from him. I don't remember where this record came from, but like he has this little chant going on. And the next one, this is like what he's famously known. Like people like Kanye has sampled this. A lot of, I think like, shit, what the hell did I do? Recently, DJ Khaled sampled it, but it's like he says like whoa, it's a huge like popular sample. I just used it because it just felt with the vibe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I think from the same record, I think that song is called like Under My Sensi, which is like weed in like Jamaican talk in Patois, and yeah, this is the last vocal chop sample. I add stuff like that in my music just to like give it, it's almost like an ad lib. Either I'll do an ad lib or I'll take an ad lib from a sample just to give it that excitement. That's what it really ad libbing is this really excitement of a track. But yeah, you put it, I'm just gonna play the instruments and the sample. I might not play the drums. I'll play it afterwards. So, mean, but that's pretty much like this. This shit is just very. This is like a looping, like a looped up ass like beat. Like it's just like simple, not much. I didn't put too much into it because I'm gonna be honest. Like before I released it, like I made it like 3 days before I released it. So like I kind of like rushed and did it. You know, I kind of like the mix is alright. The mix is good. But I did shit mad quick because I was like working on some other thing like a top secret project that I'm not gonna talk too much about. But yeah. That was taking up my time, and I kind of completed that. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. Is this really just a summertime vibe, kick back, chill, vibe you play in the summertime. Shit is hot as hell. Niggas just laid back and shit. So this was like a good vibe. But like yeah, man, this is that's pretty much what it is. Some good feedback. Um, people that did check it out, vibing with it, people that the song showed up on their release radar and shit, adding it to playlists, saving it. So I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, this is pretty much it about me talking about how I made the beat to Easy. You have to take it easy. What? All right, man. I'm outie. One.